Welcome to your video for Flipped Class Foundations. So the flipped learning and flipped classroom are actually different. You can flip a classroom without actually having the students participate in a flipped learning environment. So flipped classroom, you may be shifting assignments outside of the class just in order to get more done in the classroom, but you're still in the lecture format. Flipped learning allows for engaging activities, flexible curriculum and strategies, differentiation, reflection, and it allows a student to be in control of their education. So the first principle is a flexible environment. So this not only is our physical environment, but also how we control our workflow. We establish places in the classroom for group work and independent work, and our situations in the classroom support us in what we are doing in that activity for the day. We are flexible with expectations and student timelines for their learning and flexible with assessments as well, providing different ways for students to learn and different ways for them to demonstrate that they've mastered a skill. And we continually observe their growth. So this is an example of how the flexible environment works. A lot of times students come in and they just become comfortable with sitting in the seats in the organization that they're set up in that would assist in the activity, not necessarily a seating arrangement where they have the same seat every day. Second principle is learning culture. So this is where we shift our instruction to the learner. It's all about the student. We want them to do as much as they can in our classroom with our scaffolding and our support while we have them face-to-face with us, making the best use of that face-to-face time. So we allow opportunities to continually engage them in meaningful activities and scaffold those activities to make them accessible, as well as differentiate them for all students learning. Intentional content is the third principle. Our intentional content allows us to prioritize our direct instruction. It allows us to pick the most relevant pieces of our instruction and our skills, making it accessible and relevant to all students as they learn. Again, differentiation plays into the intentional content. So we allow for conceptual understanding, a nice fluency of procedure in our classrooms, and it maximizes our time with our students while they're in our control. Finally, we have the professional educator, and that is the final principle in our practice of flipped learning. Professional educator is going to be available to all students in an individual, small group, or class feedback time so that as soon as we see something, we're able to correct it and get the student adjusted and moving forward. We'll participate in formative assessments and observation and recording data to help inform our future instruction, and then we'll collaborate and reflect with other educators, helping us to grow as teachers. So the reflection and the connecting with other educators is really priority as a professional educator, and we allow ourselves to continually observe our students in their controlled, chaotic environment in the flipped classroom.